So your company's been involved in other industries. We're at a mining conference, but so what are you developing? What products are you looking at?
All right. So basically, since 2015, we've been working on rotating machines. So this is really what we're all about. This was part of my background as a student, and it now is as a professional. Um, so we're working on fans, on pumps, rotors, propellers, compressors, no matter the industry, right? So when we initially started in 2015, like we just graduated from aerospace. So we wanted to work in the aerospace sector. So we were
Yeah.
looking for, you know, blade optimization, propeller
Okay.
optimization, rotor
Yeah.
optimization. This was really the drive behind the company, because rotors, propellers are a complex thing. It's a, it's sort of a unique, uh, it's a unique thing to optimize. You got the operation, the design. Uh, it's really a special multidisciplinary problem that's really interesting when you couple it with propulsion device and you try to get the best out of these systems. So that's really the line that we were thinking. But the first projects we had in 2015, starting the company, we had a call from a friend, and he told us about a fan breaking up in a mine, right?
I just made a note of that. I saw a fan disintegrate, and
Oh,
so
really?
I know what you're talking about. It's the power involved and the forces are very complex.
It is powerful. Those are big machines,
Yeah.
and they are critical to the mining operations,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And when we got that project, we saw they sent us a picture. It was a model of a fan, like a 3D model.
Hmm.
They said, "This blade keeps breaking up. Could you help us?" And we saw the size of the blade. You can't really tell the size on a 3D model,
Yeah.
right? So you
Yeah.
have no scale. So we said, ah, it's probably like a, I don't know, maybe a 50 centimeter, like
Okay.
a,
Yeah.
maybe like a small fan. And they said, ah, maybe you should come to
Yeah.
the site. We'll fly you up.
Yeah.
Come and see the fan and the environmental conditions where it operates. And oh my God, we got there. Those were 3,000 horsepower fans,
Yeah.
10 feet diameter. This was really impressive.
Yeah.
And we saw the operating condition. So these fans are aluminum blade with aerospace grade coatings. They operate in acidic environment. The mine goes down to more than 3 kilometers deep, one of the deepest in the Western
Yeah.
Hemisphere in the world. So we thought, oh my God, this is a challenging problem. This is not a easy fix, right?
Yeah.
You can't just
Yeah.
tell this is the problem. So we really took a scientific approach
Yeah.
to the problem. And from that day, we just fell in love with the mining sector, right? Looking at these
Yeah.
challenging environmental conditions, the safety aspects involved,
Yeah.
the efficiency that needs to be associated with these machines that basically run 24/7. Yeah, and we're still working in the aerospace today, but the big concentration of activity, the bigger proportion of our activity right now is mining for sure.
Well,
Yep.
what you described, and we mentioned it earlier because I was really interested on your website, the comment about agile innovation.
Yep.
And I think you just described that in looking at a problem and how do you fix it. And it's such a critical part of the mine. You don't have a lot of time
Yep.
to spend on optioneering.
It needs to work,
Yeah.
right? It just needs to work.
Yeah.
But it needs to work now and it needs to last because you don't want to stop, right? You don't want to
Yeah.
have to stop the operation. You don't want to have an equipment failure. Uh,
Yeah.
and it's really similar to aerospace in that respect, right? So safety is critical and uptime is critical,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
we have the same level of, I'd say, rigor going into the work.
Yeah. So again, from your website,
Yep.
and I found this interesting, and you thought this was just the way things are done, but uh, research and development in our industry is often one group,
Yeah.
and innovation or commercialization is often another group. But in your company, in your case, it's all just naturally seems to be under one roof.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they go hand in hand, basically. When you're doing the research, and this is part of my background and the background of all of our team members, actually. When you're doing the research, it feels like you're, exploring new ideas. It's a balance between learning new concepts, gaining new knowledge, and applying to challenges or problems that you're facing. So working across various sectors, aerospace, mining, industrial work, we see a tons of concepts and ideas that come from various background that can solve various needs. right? So for us, doing the research part of it, gaining this knowledge from various sectors, and then applying it to develop a technology. Well, innovation kind of comes naturally, right?
Yeah.
Because we get all of these ideas. It's really about bridging those ideas, bridging the gaps, the technology gaps,
Yeah.
and getting new technology to market. So I can't see it work uh, any other way, right?